Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today I want to talk to you a bit about the whole Metro Last Light pre-order fiasco and why I think it should have no effect on whether you buy the game or not. Now, for those of you who haven't heard, who've been living under a rock, or just don't keep up with gaming news, Metro Last Light is getting a lot of flack because they included Ranger Mode as a pre-order bonus. If you didn't pre-order the game, it's like $5 on Steam or on XBL Arcade. I don't know how it works for consoles, but it's like $5 on Steam as downloadable content. I think the real problem, though, is with whoever in the marketing team or just whoever said that Ranger Mode is the way the game is meant to be played. This is just a huge miscommunication between the developers, the fans, and whoever came up with that saying. And this is why. You have to remember that Metro 2033 did not originally include Ranger Mode as part of the vanilla game. Ranger Mode was a DLC added like 6 months later that came with 2 guns, Ranger Mode, and some more achievements. It cost like 240 Microsoft points, and it was free for us on PC. Now, I think that's really where the problem stems, because especially if you got this DLC for free, you just view Ranger Mode as part of the Metro experience. And in all honesty, it is. It's a signature part of what makes Metro Metro. I'm not sure if this is right, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's not just all the enemies get harder. The whole premise for Ranger Mode isn't it's a harder version of the game, it's that it's a more realistic version of the game, which in turn makes it harder. The enemy's AI is increased, but enemies also die easier. Your HUD is taken away, and there are fewer bullets, but it is kind of like the hardcore mode, but I don't want to call it a hardcore mode because it's not just trying to make the game harder, in my eyes at least. I think it really is just trying to make the game more realistic. And in the end, that's a really big deal for a game like Metro that's already extremely realistic. It has a huge amount of realism with everything that there is in the game. The real problem comes in with the devs and how they view Ranger Mode as opposed to the fans and how they view Ranger Mode. The fans view Ranger Mode as part of the Metro experience, and a lot of them, I think a lot of them, don't realize that it was originally a DLC. I think the problem comes in when the devs still view it as a DLC, and they're saying, by including it as a pre-order bonus, they're saying, you know, if Dishonored, let's say Dishonored had the Knife of Dunwall as a pre-order bonus. You got the Knife of Dunwall for free as a pre-order bonus if you pre-order the game, but if you didn't pre-order, then you can get it for $5 on Steam afterwards, or $15, or however much it costs. If you think about it like that, it's kind of a big deal. It's kind of a really nice experience. And I think that's the problem with how the developers are viewing it. They're viewing it as just a DLC still. They're viewing it as a little added bonus that they can give to those loyal fans who pre-ordered the game, and something that they can charge a couple bucks for to make a little more money with if someone doesn't. Now, I'm not defending them, mind you. I'm not defending them at all. This is still a terrible decision for whoever thinks it's still a DLC. Ranger Mode is a part of the Metro experience. It's a wonderful part of the Metro experience, and when you have a sequel, you're supposed to add more stuff into the game. You know, you're not supposed to keep additions to the previous game as DLC, especially if you're talking about difficulty modes and something that isn't just a DLC. It's an essential part of the Metro experience, and in the end, it's just a shame that they left it out. I think the real problem comes in, though, with whoever it was that decided to market it as the way the game is meant to be played. The fact that they're saying you can only play the game the way it's actually meant to be played if you pre-order it or if you spend $5 after you already bought the game, that's just a huge miscalculation on somebody's part. Whoever it was in the marketing team who was just really eager to sell as many copies before the game was actually released as possible, and whoever decided to market it like that, just made a huge miscalculation. It's just a huge problem. Now you have the developers thinking that they had a little added bonus that they're giving for those who pre-order the game, who think that this is still some DLC, some little just a little gift that they're giving to those who pre-order the game. You have someone in their marketing team who's saying this little bonus is the way the game is actually meant to be played, and you can only get it if you pre-order the game or if you spend $5 after the game's already released. And you have all the fans who never even thought there was any discrepancy between whether this was actually a part of the game or just a little DLC still. I think this is a really bad thing. I think it's a really bad business practice. I think it's a really bad decision on the developers and on whoever that was in marketing. I think it's just a really bad decision on everyone's part who's involved with making the game, and I think that it just should be included for fans, every fan who decides to buy a copy of Metro Last Light. In the end, though, I don't think it should have any big impact on whether you buy the game. I think it's a really, really fun game. You know, I'm working on my review. It'll be out in a couple days. It's going to be a really good one. And it's a really good game. You know, the gameplay is really fun. It's incredibly atmospheric again. It has all the charm that Metro 2033 had, and it's just a good game. It's a good IP. It's a good franchise. It's a really good game that's going to be hampered down by all these little problems with the graphical interface, with all these little problems of DLC issues, or at least I guess that's what I'm calling it now, a DLC issue, not a pre-order issue. And in the end, I think it's just a really big shame that this really awesome series of games is continuously hampered down by bad PC ports, by bad decisions on the publishers and the developers' part. And I really hope that they can get their act together if there is any other Metro games, if there is any other Metro spin-offs. I don't know how the game ends, so for all I know, I could just, I'm just talking out of my ass. For all I know, everyone dies and the game's just over forever. But in the end, I really like 4A games. I really like the Metro IP, and I really hope that they get their act together. I hope that it doesn't have any influence on whether you buy the game. If you think it's a really interesting game, or if you love single-player experiences, or if you love good stories, I highly encourage you to still buy it. I understand if you choose not to based off of this pre-order issue, but I hope that you don't choose based off this pre-order issue alone. If you just choose based off the fact that there's no Fov Slider and that they dicked everyone with Ranger mode. I understand for those of you who get motion sick from like a 70 FOV, so I'm not yelling at you. In the end though, I still hope that you guys give the game a chance. I still hope that you enjoy the game, and I hope that you're looking forward to my review as much as I am. It's going to be a bit more like a zero punctuation review where it's going to come out. It probably won't come out until Thursday or Friday, maybe Saturday at the latest. So it's not going to be so much as telling you whether you should buy the game or not. It's going to be more of a commentary on the story, on the characters, on the gameplay, and it's going to be a pretty interesting, good one, if I do say so myself. Anyway, I hope you all are enjoying Metro if you bought it. I hope you all give it a chance if you haven't. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.